Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Dr. Barkis Ophthalmology Tutorials. Today we will discuss about the physiology of the cornea. So in this video I will be answering these questions, that is, what are the functions of cornea, what keeps the cornea transparent, factors which are responsible for maintaining the relative state of dehydration of the cornea, metabolism of the cornea and the corneal wound healing process. So all these are very important questions which are from the topic physiology of the cornea. So what are the functions of cornea? Can be your 3-mark questions or the Viva question. What keeps the cornea transparent? This is frequently asked your 5-mark question. And even the factors maintaining the relative state of dehydration is also frequently asked 5-mark question as well as Viva question. Metabolism of cornea, Viva are 3-mark again. And the wound healing, definite 3-mark question and the Viva question. So without much delay, let's begin our video on physiology of the cornea. To understand the physiology of the cornea better, you should know the anatomy of the cornea first. So if you have missed the video on the anatomy of the cornea, I have dropped the link in description box. Please do watch the anatomy of the cornea, then come to the physiology. So coming to the functions of cornea, as you know, the cornea is the transparent structure. So the most important function of the cornea is to transmit the light from exterior to the retina. Okay, it acts as a medium to transmit the light. The second important thing is the refraction. As you know, this is a strong converging media what we have in the eye. So it will converge the light rays and focus it on the retina. The second most function of the cornea is acting as a refractive media. The third thing is, as you know, it is one of the part of the fibrous coat of the eyeball. That is, along with the sclera, it will protect the structural integrity of the cornea. And then the last function is protection of the eye from various dust or even the UV rays. So these are the functions of cornea. To repeat, the transmission of the light, to act as a refracting media, to maintain the structural integrity of the eyeball and to protect the eye. Let's see the second question, that is, what keeps the cornea transparent? So these are the factors which are responsible for the transparency of the cornea. The first one is the relative state of dehydration of the cornea. Okay. The cornea is relatively dehydrated, so it maintains the transparency. The second factor is there are no blood vessels in the cornea as such, except for the perilimbal area, just 1 to 2 mm around the limb. There are plexus of blood vessels. Apart from that, there are no blood vessels in the cornea. And the third is, which is explained by Goldman-Benedict theory, which says that there is uniform refractive index among all the layers of cornea, which is responsible for the transparency of the cornea. And the last one is, which is explained by lattice theory of Morris, which tells that there is uniform spacing of the collagen fibrils. That is one of the contributing factor for transparency of the cornea. So when the question is asked about the corneal transparency, you will have to write all these and explain the relative state of dehydration in detail. So let's see the factors which are responsible for keeping the cornea in relative state of dehydration. The third question is the factors responsible for relative state of dehydration of cornea. So in this we have the hydrophobic nature of both epithelium and the endothelium. The second thing is the endothelial pump, and the third is the osmotic gradient. So let me explain all these in detail now. So both epithelium and endothelium are hydrophobic, means they are not permeable for water. Okay. But they are permeable for lipids. So this keeps the cornea relatively dehydrated. So whenever there is breach in the epithelium or the endothelium, the fluid will enter into the stroma, leading to hydration of the cornea, leading to corneal haze. So whenever you see the epithelial aberration or the epithelial defect, the cornea around that epithelial defect is hazy because of the fluid imbibition. When you consider the endothelium, as you can see in cases of glaucoma, so increased intraocular pressure will lead to increased gap between the endothelial cells, pushing the aqueous into the corneal stroma, leading to the stromal haze or the corneal haze. This is one of the important factors, that is the hydrophobic nature of the epithelium and the endothelium, which will maintain the relative state of dehydration. And the second is the endothelial pump. As you all know, we have the sodium-potassium pump, which is active at the endothelial side, which will constantly pull the water from the stroma into the aqueous, thereby maintaining the dehydration state. And the third is the osmotic gradient of the aqueous humor as well as the tear film. So as you know, this is the cornea. Anteriorly we have the tear film and the posteriorly we have the aqueous humor, both of which are hyperosmotic, thereby draws the water out of the cornea constantly, keeping the cornea in relative state of dehydration. So these are the factors responsible for dehydrated state of cornea. Coming to the next question, that is the metabolism of cornea. As you know, the corneal epithelium and the endothelium are the two layers which are highly active in the metabolism. So the cornea requires glucose and the oxygen for the metabolism. So let's see from where these two come and how it is metabolized. So the source of this glucose is either the perilimbal vessel or the aqueous humor. So both perilimbal vessels and the aqueous humor contribute for the glucose. So they come either by simple diffusion or from the active transport. So they will enter into the corneal layers. So this glucose undergoes various metabolic pathways which include both glycolytic pathway, HMP shunt as well as the sorbitol pathway. The second important thing is the oxygen. The source of oxygen is again the perilimbal capillaries and then the aqueous humor as well as from diffusion through the tear film. From the atmosphere through the tear film it will diffuse into the corneal layers. And the oxygen from the tear film is the important source of oxygen supply to the cornea. So in case of contact lens users, the cornea is deprived of the oxygen which can lead to the edema of the cornea. Okay. Coming to the epithelium and the endothelium. Endothelium needs both oxygen and glucose for its metabolism. Okay. Whereas the epithelium can metabolize the glucose without oxygen also. That is both aerobically and anaerobically the glucose is metabolized. So there are chances of accumulation of the lactic acid in case of hypoxic situation, leading to production of the lactic acid from its anaerobic pathway. So there are chances of accumulation of the lactic acid whenever the epithelium is deprived of oxygen. As I told in the contact lens user, this is the reason for the corneal edema. Okay. So this is about the metabolism of cornea. So coming to the last part of discussion, that is the corneal wound healing. As you know, there are various layers of the cornea: epithelium, Bowman's membrane, stroma, Descemet's membrane and the endothelium. So if there is wound or the breach in the epithelium only, so if there is breach in the epithelium, there is no opacity, there is no corneal opacity which is left behind. The epithelium will heal back and the cornea will remain transparent. If there is injury to the Bowman's membrane and the superficial stroma, it can lead to nebular grade of corneal opacity. If the stromal involvement is from 1/3 to 2/3, it will lead to macular grade of corneal opacity. If more than half of the stroma is involved, then it will lead to leukomatous type of corneal opacity. So just remember this about the corneal wound healing, which can be asked in your Viva or the 3-mark question. In detail, I will be explaining in the chapter of corneal ulcer. Okay. So hope this video on the physiology of the cornea is useful to all of you. If you like my videos, please do subscribe to my channel. Press the bell icon for further notification. Please do like and share my videos. Thank you so much.